Hello and welcome to the Wikipedia Weekly Network here where me, Jan Ainali and Albin Larsson is editing Wikidata live. Hello Albin.
Hello Jan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good as well. I have had lovely weather today. There was a bit of snow warnings in the rest of the country, but I have had lovely sunshine.
We had lovely sunshine here as well, and I went out in my neighborhood and I used the WikiShootMe app. And now my entire neighborhood is green, finally.
Yay.
Yay. So now I have to go to longer excursions.
Yeah. I'm afraid because I live on the countryside, the neighborhood is a very large one.
Well, at least then you have things to do.
Indeed.
What are you planning to do today?
I am going to pick up where we left off actually months ago when we did a bit of shaped expressions to validate items. We wrote one for orienteers, but then because of the time limit, we never really got to use it. So I'm thinking about using it a little today. And those who have followed us have seen that we have used it to use it in Cradle to create items and things like that. But I'm gonna, some real data quality, looking into all the depth we have. So that's it. And you?
All right. I'm going to do something similar then, but in the other end, so to speak. I'm going to use Cradle today.
Right.
And I'm going to create a book and the edition of it. And there's two separate Cradles for it. And then I'll see if we have some time to also do some queries around the main theme of it. So let's see. I'm going to start sharing my screen like that. And also you find Cradle at cradle.toolforge.org. If you just want to use it, then there's also a Wikidata help page at wikidata:/Cradle, or you find it at the capital $M/R at WWiki. But Cradle looks like this. So it's a long list of different kinds of items. And they're all defined on a wiki page. So you can also edit these and make them better or make up your own if you want to. But I'm going to use book. And books in Wikidata usually consists of several items. So you have one for the actual book, and then you have an item for each edition. So I'm going to start with the actual book, the works, as they're called. That was a strange scrolling down. And I have my book here. This is the book. And this is the Swedish National Library database, or the front end of it. So I'll add the Swedish here. Now I forgot the author. So label and description in Swedish, but I'll add at least the description in English as well. Crisis. So there we have something, and this is an instance of, and I think I can choose something here. I'll call this a literary work. And the author was, I think she's written several books. There we have her. And the title again, copy it from up here. In the Swedish text only, and it had a subtitle, so we'll go pick that up as well. So the name of the book in English is the Climate Crisis of Sweden. This is how our land is changing from north to south. And I'm creating this item so I can use it later on as a source, because in the Wikimedia Sweden has a grant program for if you want to use reference literature. So I applied for this book from Wikimedia Sweden and I bought it as an ebook. So, and I just did that this week. So now I'm going to start using it in articles. So this is going to come in handy. And the entire book is in Swedish. Come on. There we go. It's not the series. The publisher is Norstedts. Helps if you spell it right. And this is from last year. I don't have any more specific than that. I wonder if there was a place of publication. Let's see. So here's the actual book. Yes, so it says Stockholm. So we'll add that as well. And this is, the main subject is, and I think this is an item, climate change in Sweden. Genre. Ah, does it say anything about it here? Oh, I'm not. Here we have. Okay, we'll go with. No, that's not the genre.
No.
Non-fiction? Yes, that's the one we want. Narrative location. It's not really a narrative, even though it's in Sweden. Has edition, so I'll have to add this on actually on Wikidata later. So this was the first part. So here this helps you out, because when you're on Wikidata, it can be hard to know, oh no, did I do this wrong again, like we did last time? You have to log in first, and now when I log in, I will lose everything. Didn't I do exact the same time last time we streamed and I used it?
At least something similar happened. Oh? Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, so I'm going to rush it through a little bit. You've seen it once. Well, let's see. Language. Here you have to add the language code. This one come back, go with English here as well. All right, literary work. Vika. Nope. Sweet. Go back here, copy that again. Also SV, Swedish. And the publisher again. There we have it, 2020, Stockholm. All right, so you won't make the same mistake because you've seen me do it, which is good.
Right.
So make sure log in first.
This is solidarity and
yes,
education here.
Quite quick here though. Yes, and this is good because you have all the important properties for work. And now I just press create. And let's see if it actually, yes, something happened there. So I'll go over here and check my contributions. And hopefully there's something here. Yes. So this is quite good, but I'm going to add a few more things on this. So first I'm going to add a few sources. And I'm going to use this one as a source. I think this is, or actually, let's see. Let's start with adding this as an external identifier.
Right.
Would you think Libris is a better as a source than something from the publisher?
No, not necessarily.
So I might check Google this and see if they have something about this, because I think that could be a good source as well. So let's search for. No, I don't want a newsletter. Oh,
I just want to search.
yes. That's the one. And we have a few things. Oh, here we have the more specific date. That was really good. All right.
All right.
So we'll go back here and edit this. Oh, right. And we'll add a reference as well then. We retrieved it just now, but we want to reference URL like here. And I'll add that. I'm actually gonna use start an archive for that as well. But meanwhile, we'll go back here. And I think I have a few more things I wanted to add, because this was obviously, as we saw here, we had the main subject, climate change in Sweden, but I think we can also use this as cost by. So
right, this is an interesting one. Books cost by things.
Yep. So the ID, I don't know the ID of that. So I'll add it manually instead. Cost, yes. Because that's what is described in this book. Every chapter brings something up. So it's really the effects of this. And then I think we had some other interesting things as well. I noticed when I scrolled through the book. Let's see. Can I jump to the end here? If I just go 180 here. Oh, yes. Oh, no, where? So here it says in Swedish that there are two funds that funded this book. And I know we have a funder. What was it then? Where did it go? Did I close it? I know. There we have it. Ah! I'm not really friends with this ebook reader. Not at all.
There we go.
No. What was it? Lang.
Is it in Wikidata?
Yes, there we have it.
Yes, right.
Publish, and the other one was Mistra. Oh, no, in English. Mistra. Was it Mistra? Mistra, yes. Yes, that one.
Right. And the source for this, would it be the same item that we are at?
Ooh. That's interesting.
I would imagine so.
Yes. Let's see first if this one did. Yes, so this one is archived now. So now we can copy this back. And where did I have it here? So we'll add reference and an archive URL. There. A little bit too much zoomed in, perhaps. No, it's me having a small window. All right. Save this, publish, and reload so I can reuse it.
No.
What?
They got split into two references, right?
Ah! Was I? Where did we have the date? Ah!
Yes.
Yes. So we'll edit, copy here again, and remove this one. There is where it's going to be. Archive URL. That's better. Thanks. And reload it again. Now it probably had it. Come on. And now I have this copy claim gadget or copy reference gadget, so I can just copy it here and add it to a few places. So let's see, what else did it say here? So we have the title and subtitle, and at least the author, so and the publisher. So we can add reference here. Nope. Insert reference. Insert reference. And insert reference. And again, that's a few. All right. Quite good. And I think
you could use it on main subject and instance of as well.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna add one, because this was a quite nice one. Not always in every book you see, but you have the, well, this is just, yes, sources, it says in the top right here. It's a little bit strangely, so there's plenty of sources, so I'm not going to go ahead and add them all, but there was one that I wanted to add right now since I saw it, because here we have one of the Swedish parliamentarian documents. There's something strange going on with the formatting here in my EPUB reader. But I know this already is item here, so we can add it. So it's cited in here.
Nice one.
So that's a few things you can add. And now we're going to head back to Cradle and make the actual ebook as well. So the ebook is not in English, it's still in English, but we're going to change the type here. And we have a few things to choose from. We have the book edition strict and the book edition flexible. And I think let's take a look at them. What does the strict one say? So we'll go with that. There's something in me that says thinks that strict should be better. I'm not really sure what a good description is there. So then we have the version, edition, or translation, and now we want this item.
Right.
So we'll copy there. This one is also in Swedish. It's also Erika who made it. So far, a lot of things that are exactly the same.
Yeah, just for this particular thing, it would be nice to have have something that copied it.
Oh yes, base.
Yeah, based on this.
Yeah.
This book.
So let's see. Author of the foreword is actually herself, so we'll add it. Edition number. So let's take a look. This should probably be in the very beginning. Let's jump there and say hello to Nicholas. Hello.
Hello.
I'm using. Here at least we're gonna have the ISBN.
Great.
Strange copying there. Yes, using Cradle here. And this was. So it's still Stockholm. Still Norstedt. 2020 in the book. And I think that's going to be it. Did I miss the last two? Yes, I did. Oh. And distribution, here we're going to have the ebook. Yes.
Right.
And I think that's what I can add for now. I'm not sure about the edition number. I think this is the first one, since it's.
But
I'm
would
not
it
sure
always? Is it
I'm not sure
always?
how you. Yeah, I'm not sure how you count it when you see the ebook and the hardback and the. So I'll leave that blank for now. So let's go ahead and create that one. And it should be done. Let's check my contributions again. And there we have the new one. And now this one should have a link. Yes, so this is the link back to the other one. And now we should also add the link from Has Editions or something like that. Let's see. Add statement. Has Edition. Boo! And now they're connected. So now that's a sort of a full work or full book created.
Right.
Of course, there are more things you can add to this, and you can add more sources on more places, and all the things that was cited there as well. But I'm just going to quickly show you a query as well. So because I thought it was a little bit fun. And you find the query at query.wikidata.org. So I'll go there. I'll start from scratch because I wanted to see other books in the same topic, or main theme.
Right.
So
The climate crisis in Sweden.
Yes, if there are any.
If there are any, right.
So I want items and topic. You can just, or no, it's not topic, it's main theme, I think. Where is it? Main topic? Main subject. And you can press Control space to bring that. And then we want climate change. In Sweden. Let's just see if there's anything else. There's one. But I forgot to add the service for the actual label. Let's go with this. So we have a Climate Policy Council report from last year with the same topic. That was a little bit underwhelming. So I'll quickly change this to just climate change. And see what we get. Just a little bit curious if we have a lot. Seems like we have something.
I imagine you will now also get like scientific papers.
Hopefully, yes. Oh, 19,000. That wasn't bad at all.
Exactly.
All right. Let's try to do this even more wide, because now my book didn't show up. And then I'll use this sort of property path that we have used before. And here I'm not sure if they all model the same. But I'll just try here and go with subclass.
Yeah, should do the trick. Actually, let's select the instance of as well.
Not really the instance of, but the main subject.
Yeah, but we could select another column with the instance of. I think it would be interesting to see what type of things that have this as main subject. Is it paintings or is it
probably
articles?
not that many paintings?
Could be.
Let's see if we're getting too much now. Oh no, 38,000 something.
Right.
Scientific. Oh, so they have several subjects. Yes. Or topics. And I didn't pick the topic label. So I'll just rerun that quickly. See. See what we get. I should do. Well, let's see if it returns something first. It does. Have a hard time. Right, interesting that this is a topic under global warming, of course. So now I became more curious. So I'm going to do, I want a topic label, but I also want to count
Right.
Topic labels as a number. And then I want to order them by falling descending numbers. Does that looks, yes. So now we should get it. No, I missed it somewhere. Of course, I need a group by topic. And we'll see which topic is most common within the tree of. Now we have 1,600 different kinds of topics. And 20,000 of them are climate change, 2,800 global warming. All right. And then it's falling off along. So yeah, I think I'll stop there. This is a nice little query. I'm going to share it if you want to just see. Actually, I like to share this because then it takes you to the query before seeing the result. In this case, I think the query is more interesting than the result. So I'll show it over here. That's my query, and I'll hand it to you.
Right. And I'm gonna quickly show you gonna give that a little more time, but then I'm gonna replace it with this banner to this page here, which is a list of all entity schemas in Wikidata. And as Jan mentioned, this is one of the things that powers this tool Kregel. And if you have been following us for a long time, you might have remembered that back in the spring, I created the entity schema for orienteers. So people would do the sport orienteering. But I didn't really get to do much more than that. And I haven't actually used this schema a lot. So in addition to, for example, creating new items with this tool Kregel, you can also use them to validate existing items. And that was the reason why I wrote this one. So this is what it looks like. And we define various things we want on an item. For example, that an orienteer should always be an instance of human, Q5. And they should have a given name. They should also have a family name, and the occupation should be orienteer. And then we say that they might have a commons category. And so on. And if you are on a E page like this, an entity schema page, you have access to a couple of things. We can edit the labels and descriptions or edit the entire schema. But we also got this check entities against this schema link, which I'm going to click. And then it loads in a different tool here on ToolForge. It loads our schema. I'm actually going to zoom in here. And it gives us the option to check entities. We can, and we need to input the SparkL query here that will return those entities. So I'm quickly going to go off to query.wikidata.org. And we, of course, want to check orienteers with our orienteering schema. So I will select orienteers, write a query from scratch. Select item and EDT PE instance of BD Q5 for human, and to make sure it's orienteers, I'm gonna go ahead and do sport VD orienteering. So that should give us humans with sport orienteering. Let's run it here first. We got about 600. Okay. Gonna select item there as well. Gonna copy this over to this tool that we opened directly from Wikidata. I'm gonna paste it in here and run query to fetch entities and see what happens. And I got a validate button, but I also think it loaded various items in here. So it took everything I got in the query here and loaded it here. I'm gonna be a little nice with it and actually add a limit here, I realize.
All 600?
Let's not do all 600. Right. Let's take a couple of ones. And I want to rerun that.
I think it ran.
You think it ran? Okay.
Yeah, the little green thing there was turning for a while.
No, it's let's reload this again. It still says validate, but I want to reload. I'm gonna click this link again instead. Right, no, it looks okay. Run query to fetch entities, validate. Oh, let's see. Missing property. Okay. Right, but all under entities to check here, it has given me a list with one green item and a bunch of red ones, which I assume means that they aren't correct, and I can see the reason down here. In a slightly technical way, it says that it's missing P54, but let's go to one. Can I click it? No.
That would have been a neat feature.
Yes, it would, but this does it as well. Right, here we got a Swedish orienteer. And let's see what it got. It got instance of, it got sex or gender, it got country of citizenship, sport orienteering. I'm pretty sure one thing this misses would be, let's double check in the schema. So occupation orienteer be one.
Member of
Country of
sports
citizenship.
was the one it
Country,
stopped at.
yeah, as well as country for sport and member of sports team. Right, there we go. So let's see if we can figure that out. I believe this orienteer should have a Wikipedia article. I've actually even read the Wikipedia article. Interesting.
Have you read about all the orienteers?
No, and I'm a little surprised. I had only read about it in English. Yes, this is a Swedish orienteer. He's a relay World Orienteering Championships from 1966. The very first one held in Fiskars, Finland.
You have a nice little thing in the info box there, representing Sweden.
Yes, so he's a world champion representing Sweden. We also got the orienteering club here. So member of sports team that would be. Let's put down here. Country for sport. It suggested it's already Sweden. Let's publish that, and member of sports team. I think it has a different name today. Yes. Right, it actually, so this merge into this. How
does the
no,
Wikidata item look like?
indeed, that's a good one. Let's check that out. No, so it appears to only represent this one. But let's see if the Swedish one has a link to the old orienteering club. No. Okay. We got a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Let's see. Was I smart and picked the first one?
I think so.
Let's see if we can check what it's missing here. 54, 54. It complains over the same. Could we validate it again and it will? So now I'm interested in what this one is. Can I just do it like that? No.
I think you had a comment on it in your schema.
Oh,
You were
that
that
would have
smart.
been nice of me.
Yes.
It's member of sports team.
Yeah.
Yes, we couldn't add that one. Okay, so it makes sense that is still not valid. Let's do another one and see if we can get one green here. So this is again an orienteer. Looks good. Just scrolling by, and let's see the errors. It's again member of sports team. It prints it a lot of time, which is very interesting. So let's see if we have, yes, we have an English Wikipedia article. All right. Got a silver medal here in Sweden in much later. It says nothing about her team. Let's see if, no, that shouldn't say it. Okay. I'm gonna check the Swedish as well. No, that's not helpful. Right.
Perhaps the Czech will. But you won't know.
No, I won't know. The only word I know in that language is the word for finish line, because it's a really large sign when you do orienteering. Okay, I assume this is an orienteer from Finland, born the same year as the previous one. And let's see what the error is here as well.
It's the same on all of them.
It's the same. It appears like this is one that isn't very common. Okay, right. A lot of medals. Does it say something about the team? Oh, actually got a medal at the same World Orienteering Championships as the former one as well. No, it says nothing about sports team.
A surprisingly long article without mentioning the team.
Yes, indeed. And I think it's, yeah, someone is listing just about everything here. And none of those should be useful. Okay, let's scroll for a different error here. All of them can't have
Perhaps
the same
it's the
error.
first one the validator checks. it goes by numbers, the lowest.
Right. Actually, all of them are the same.
Yep.
Okay, I really want to solve one of them. Sorry, everyone. We can't have it this way. It's not supposed to be. Another Finnish orienteer. Born even earlier, which would make it even harder. Yes. Okay.
Check the Finnish article. I might see what's the team. Or I might not.
No, I don't think there is a team here. Right. Actually, one thing we can do, I feel like, is we can actually go back to a query. So we know that missing team is a common error. And to make it easier for yourself, I do this for volunteers, but you can also use this tool to do it for other things. And I'm thinking we could take those which has a little newer birth date, because I think that would be simpler. The clubs hasn't changed as much. So VDT date of birth. And let's do filter. And it should be like that, I believe. And do I need to convert that one? I think so.
No, I don't think you need. You can just go with a...
And it should be bigger than... Would that work? No.
No, you need a...
I do need to convert it somewhere. And now we're gonna see how I do when I'm not sure about things like this. I open the examples. Reset events must have a filter for the date, filter, bound date, and data type. That's not exactly. That's distance. That's an advanced approach. Let's see what order. Oh, right, it's an exact search. Let's go with date. Maybe this one helps us filter. Right, so it does use the entire date time approach. I can live with that. And it should be bigger than. Let's run that one to double check that it's correct. Yes, it appears like so. I'm gonna go all the back to Wikidata and click this link again, because it behaved a little better that way. I'm gonna run this query. It runs and gives me feedback directly. Here again, it's the member of sports team, and so on. And it has entities.
But the second one has a different one.
Oh, the first one is even correct. Oh, this second one, node constraints, entity queue. Okay, let's open the second one and see if we can figure. I couldn't read it from that message, but it goes beyond my screen here. But it's not phone inset. Okay, so it's, let's see the entity schema. Something is set, needs to be set to this, but is now set to this instead. So let's go up here. Sport orienteering. So they're, but
They
that
have two.
must, they have two, and they're not allowed to have two according to this one. No, of course not. It says it should only be this one. Yeah. That's a little harsh.
You can only do orienteering. You
Yeah.
have to.
Okay. Let's open up this item. This is the member sports team again, but it's a little more recently. It's a Finnish orienteer again. And we got English Wikipedia. Let's see if we find a sports team. No. We do not, but I think I saw in the Wikidata item, we got a World of O athlete ID, which might reveal it for us. Had a good season in 2009, it says. Okay. And does it say anything about club here?
There was a list of clubs, I think, in the bottom there.
Right. Ultra international results.
Is that clubs in the end? Relays?
Yes, it is. Here we actually have a bunch of clubs here, which is very interesting. So this, I think, is a Finnish club. Let's see if it's in Wikidata. No, of course, we do not have dates for this. That is not it.
Airport?
That's not it. I assume it's not.
It had two different, one with a space in between as well.
Oh, right. No structure data there. Association in Finland. I'm pretty sure that's it.
That seems good.
Let's see if it's a sport as well. Yes, it's a sports
Yes.
orienteering. So we're gonna add that one. Oh, I should add a reference.
It's only an association on the other one.
Right. But most of all, I want the reference actually.
Yep.
And I have just as I was about to say, just as Jan, I have this super smart copy reference tool, but actually right now I have that disabled. I have something that's called add smart reference instead. Let's see, the day today is 23. Oops. Which seems to be breaking things. And reference URL. Gonna publish that. Let's pick up the orchard teams as well. And it's impossible here actually to know which team came in which order, because in orienteering you can be a member of various teams from various countries at the same time.
So you could possibly have something not later than or not earlier than, because they should at least have been member of the team when they won.
Yes, so we could do that, but I imagine there is actually, if I would go and dig in the sources, there would be public record for all of this.
Yeah, you have a little orienteering there. Yes.
There we got it. You know, I illustrate here how efficient the gadget that Jan used is by doing this manually. And how awesome this autofilling date is as well when it works for everyone else. Let's see, the year is 21. Oh, yes, it's missing a qualifier start time. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad it raises that. It still doesn't help me. Here we got another Finnish club. And then we actually, this is interesting. We first have a Finnish club, then a Swedish club, then a Finnish club, then a Norwegian club, and then another Norwegian club.
It's clearly a Nordic sport.
Indeed. Okay, this is the tricky part with Finnish. It's a sports club. It's orienteering. It's it. No, why did I click that? Did I keep it here? Yes, I did. Add reference. Can I view this without breaking things? I can. Reference URL. Add. We're gonna copy the date as well. Retrieve this today. Gonna publish it. Again. That one I happen to know by heart.
Oh no. Not a qualifier.
No. Retrieved. Add reference. No, not add reference.
Not that mistake I did.
Reference URL on the same one. Publish that one, and I happens to know the last one by heart as well. And add reference this time. Reference URL, which I have on my clipboard. And it's retrieved today, which is 23/1/2021. And publish. Okay, so we got a warning for new sports club, but now we got 5. That's an improvement. And I think by that we're running out of time. But I hope I have illustrated another part of shaped expressions.
You have.
And how I use it, at least, and how I end up going down rabbit holes.
I'm just going to show a very quick tip that I had planned to show, but I forgot in the end. In this, where we stopped with a query, we saw that I had 1,600 results. And perhaps if you want to share this with your community or something, you don't need all of them. So you might, well, I want to only show the ones that have more than 100 hits. And then, of course, you could do it with filter, but especially with grouping, there's a tiny little trick here that you can do. And that is immediately after group by, you can say, use something called having as another sort of filtering. And you can say, I want it to have number more than 100,
yeah,
for example. And this is just, I think it's doing more or less the same as a filter, but it's quite easy.
Almost.
Well, almost, yeah. But it's quite easy little way of thinking. Like these are the things that I want to keep, and it's also very easy to write the syntax. And if
you
I
can
run it
also
now,
use this. It's very efficient when you want to filter out something that do not exist. Like if you have a blank one and you don't want the blank ones, you just set having and then the variable name, and it removes them.
yes,
Even if you don't have this group by.
yeah. And here I got, now we have 22 different topics that have more than 100 items referring to them. So that was just a short little neat trick here, the having thing. All right. And that was all for today, I guess.
Yeah.
We will be back probably next week, but if not next week, a little bit later, we'll be making the events as soon as we can, so we can see it in your whatever social platform you're watching us from.
Yes, I think we already have one planned in a couple of weeks.
Yes, we have two planned. I think we have
right.
Yeah, we have two special shows already. We have on I Love Free Software Day at the 14th of February, and then also on Open Data Day on the 6th of March. And these are going to be topical. We're going to do edit about free software and open data, and it's going to be so meta on the open data because it is open data. So it's going to be fun.
Thank you very much as well.
Thanks you for watching, Nicholas, and see you all later. Bye.
Bye.